Greetings, fellow collectors. I'm Terry. I'm from Florida. My YouTube channel is Gotham Cenobites. It is my honor and privilege to share my collection and passion for our hobby to the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you, Kryptonians, collectors, and a special shout out to Dennis Perez for bringing us all together. I hope you enjoy my collection as much as I do, and thank you for watching. I'm going to try in Spanish, so forgive me. I'll do my best. Saludos, compañeros, coleccionistas. Soy Terry de Florida, canal de YouTube Gotham Cenobites. Es un honor y un privilegio compartir mi colección y mi pasión por nuestro pasatiempo con la fortaleza de la soledad. Gracias, Kryptonians collectors, y gracias a Dennis Perez por unirnos a todas. Espero que disfrutes de mi colección tanto como yo. Gracias por mirar. Thank you. Alright, so I just wanted to start with a brief kind of overall shot of everything. Is everything far away? Desk. And for the duration of the video, when I get all up close, everything white. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to start with this top shelf. And this was really the first thing I ever collected. The 7-inch Nikas. All of these little toys that they're all definitely over 20 years old. This is Chenard. Of course he fell, he broke, so he was glued. That stuff is. That little Grogu. Mezco Pinhead. All the original Nikas I had. In this box, each piece came with a figure in one of the series. So it's like a build-a-box. This 2-pack Wire Twin set and torso I had to order online after the fact because it was like some exclusive deal. So I had to get them later on in life. A few of these are glued to this piece of wood because they wouldn't stop falling over. But I'll get to the other side. While we're here, I'm not sure who made this painting or drawing, but these four, and you got the other two over there, those 4 Cenobites are all done by Chuck Hody. And this Pillar of Souls was also another build-a-kit, one of the 2 series. I think it was Series 3 came with, each one came with a piece of that, so that is a build-a-figure set. You got the Shadow Pop, and I believe this one is the glow-in-the-dark Hot Topic exclusive. I just opened him today as Chatterer 2, the second movie. He has eyes and ears somehow at the end of the movie. All the remaining little Nikas. And then again, the Chuck Hody. And this is the Barbie Cenobite from... No, Barbie plays her as the female from the second movie. And this was done by Psycho Slaughterman. Found him on Etsy. And it's each corner is one of the 4 original Cenobites. And then this little 2 pictures back here came with my Thing Razor. And it's Gary J. Tunniclife putting makeup on Pinhead. One of my favorite movies, the 4th one. And that's just a certificate of authenticity he sent. And that's going to do it. Well, we're here. So let's get little blue boy, or big boy, Hellraiser sticker. And these are all my pins. All the pins I've collected over the years. Got Batman Who Laughs, Joker, Batman, Chatterer, Butterball, and Pinhead. And just other Hellraiser pins. Getting into it. This is my Thing Razor I actually got from Gary. I met him on Instagram. And it's kind of a mashup of the movie Thing and Hellraiser. It's Pinhead and of course Chatterer. He looks more like Chatterer 3, which was the 3rd version of him when he was finally... So this was more like the first one. And the crappy one up there with eyes was Chatterer 2. And this one was back to the roots. But they got the original 18-inch Hellraiser by Nika. A couple of pins I've got. Slayer, Mushroom Head. And Sons of Anarchy is still probably one of my favorite TV shows. That's my original Pinhead that I probably bought over 20 years ago. And of course I just zoomed in on this one. The original 18-inch Chatterer by Nika. He doesn't want to stand up well either, so he is also glued to a piece of wood. He's not so much glued, he's just on the same level, so they'd be the same height over here by this Thing Razor. That's just a bottle of vodka I was gifted. This one, I'm not sure what his name was, but it's one of Clive Barker's Tortured Souls done by McFarlane. I have 2 of these, and it's the 12-inch version, the big version. He was secondhand from eBay, and he came with this little thin piece right here, but he still kept toppling over, so I got him screwed to a bigger piece of wood so he won't fall over anymore. And you got the regular Pinhead pop, and what you'll find with my collection is I get a lot of stuff on Etsy. The big box lamp with Etsy, the first one came damaged, and it's over there. I made a table lamp out of it, but she sent me another one, but she doesn't make them or sell them anymore. But yeah, this candle is another Etsy find. And it's Uncle Frank's head. And supposedly it's a cinnamon candle. I've never actually opened it. Okay, so getting into it, this thing is just one of those things, me being a Hellraiser fan, and I saw it at Hot Topic. I believe it was on sale, so I had to get it. But, yeah, it'd be one of the first things I part with. Because it's a creepy baby doll face. But, speaking of Dennis, shout out to Dennis Perez. He referred me to this guy. He made this acrylic stand for the channel. I've got it up here on the top shelf, along with the Candyman from the remake. Still haven't watched. And then the Nika 7-inch Candyman. with the alternate head, and the other head's right there. This, well, you'll see a few of this guy's pieces in my collection. This is the Chatterer resin kit that was put together and painted by Arkham Art Studios. A friend that I met on Facebook, he's from the UK, and he had this for sale. I bought this and a Frankenstein from him for my wife. And then this is the Sideshow Pinhead, sorry, which I did a review on him. It's one of my first Polystone pieces, so I didn't know to be gentle, so I went to shoving this box into his hand when I first got him, and I broke him. So now his hand's glued back together, and the box is glued to his hand, but it still looks pretty good. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces. I just wish this thing is starting to deteriorate. It's really, I don't like to clean it. I don't like seeing it progress, but this is the Hellbound Heart. It's also one of 25 in the world. It's also I think this was 3D printed, but this heart was a mold he made, so he put it all together. It's called the Hellbound Heart. And I do know Clive Barker has one, Doug Bradley has one, and I want to say the other original Cenobites have one as well. So it's pretty cool. One of 25 in the world. And I got a Hellraiser goodie kit. I don't remember if it was Etsy, but it came with this Julia wine cork holder. And since we're here, this is the Hollywood Collectibles Studio, or Group Hollywood Collectibles Group Pinhead bus, exclusive with the brass pins. And I'm not a necklace person, so I thought the box necklace looked pretty good for him. All of these 7-inch Nikas I bought original, but I didn't know this kit was available at the same time, so I missed out on it. But it's, the scene from the movie, the chains and the pillar. This is a newer Pinhead that's been released by Nika with the cloth, but I swapped him out with that Pinhead that came with this setup there. But the good thing about it is this female is from the second movie, and the one that's up there that was sold originally is from the first movie. So I have both of them. Pretty cool. But yeah, this thing was pretty expensive to buy later on in life. And then this is the plaque that came with the bust. And then the same guy, Gary Tunnicliffe, who did the Thing Razor, also did these minis. It's another Chatterer. And this one is signed by Mike Regan, who played the Chatterer in some of the later movies. And this is signed by Gary Tunnicliffe, who played this character called the Auditor in Hellraiser Judgment. And since we're here, these two came with this magnet from Gary, but this magnet, and of course this cool Pinhead magnet, all off of Etsy. Yeah. And then it's my logo. I had stickers made. I always love turning stickers into magnets. But that is my Billy the Puppet. I don't want it to be too loud for you guys, but let's light up with sound effects. And this was one of the latest things I got. Billy the Puppet, head knocker, sorry. But he was always falling over, so I opened that Chatterer 2 just to get this, and I glued him to it, so now he's pretty stable. And of course you got the pop and the 7-inch jigsaw, and I don't remember which figure it was, but I had an extra box, so I figured might as well stick it in his hand. And this came with the 7-inch jigsaw. I moved 2 or 3 times over the 10 or 15 years I've had this, and the tricycle just completely deteriorated and fell apart. So he's just chilling on a box I found also on Etsy. Then you got the Nika Pinhead head knocker, which is pretty cool. And he's standing up on a Rubik's Cube. Of course, this I got one Christmas, and it hung on the tree that year. And the wife wanted to pack it away with the rest of the Christmas ornaments, and I didn't want it in the attic, so I took it up here, and it's been up here the last 3 or 4 years. And then a friend on Instagram makes stuff like this, and I saw she was selling one. So it's the Cenobite Claw sparkling alcohol seltzer, which is pretty cool. Cotton Cola, because Cotton is Kirsty's last name in the first Hellraiser. And what's cool is the ingredients. That's pretty cool. The daily value is backwards, so she gave me a discount on it, which is everything else is pretty damn cool. Jesus wept. So I thought that was pretty cool of her, but not necessary. But still pretty cool. Put that back. And moving on, that little Leviathan thing down there was the 3rd build-a-kit, because all these Nika figures came in 3 series, and there was the box build-a-kit, and then this Leviathan diamond. The stand it came with didn't hold up over time, so it's just chilling back there behind the Hell Priestess, which is up next. She is one of my favorite pieces. The first time I experienced what it's like to wait forever for a piece from Sideshow. The face, to me, isn't as detailed as the Pinhead, but she's still really good. And now I finally have her plaque displayed next to her. And then this is my other Clive Barker Tortured Souls, a 12-inch figure. And I'm not sure what his name is either, but I used to call him Shoulder Blade, and then the other one, like Mr. Mayhem. But so we're getting in close to the Batman end of this shelf. And you see this is the headstand. It comes with the other 3 portraits for Batman Damned. And getting into Damned himself, you got the Bermejo Joker on the base. And if you know me, I don't like collecting pops just for pops, but if there's a piece I have and there's a pop, I always gotta buy it to go with it. So this is the Batman Damned Batman pop, and then one of my all-time favorite pieces, I think, piece that's never going anywhere, is the Batman Damned. It's all for this portrait right here. I love this thing. As soon as I saw it, I kind of knew I was going to get this thing eventually. But yeah, it is just incredibly detailed. The chainmail is great. And I originally had him on the top shelf with the cape, but then you see the art back there, which this one was a gift by Cash the Gemini. And then just like these black and white portraits by Chuck Hody, the Chatterer back there is Chuck Hody, and the Pennywise is also Chuck Hody. You can find him on Etsy. The Batman Damned, and then you got another 12-inch Mezco Pinhead. Pretty basic. One of my favorite Sideshow pieces. And I originally, even though I have the Prime 1 coming up for you guys, I knew I wanted this one the moment I saw him. This is Sideshow's Batman Who Laughs. But I knew I was going to have him go on top with the Hellraiser stuff, because if he is not the very definition of a Cenobite version of Batman, I don't know what else it could be. The axe. I still think, yeah, I mean, it's definitely painted better than Prime 1, although I love Prime 1. It's the best Batman Who Laughs that's on the market. And then it's a Q-Figs Bat Family, which I mean, I've always liked Batman growing up, and when I'm a father now, I knew I wanted this statue when I saw it. And it's just him with the whole Bat Fam, and plus this purple cape suit is the same version of Batman who takes in the toxic gas and ultimately turns into Batman Who Laughs. So it's very fitting for him up here. And that's going to be the top shelf. Don't think I missed anything. More magnets. Yeah. That is the top shelf. And I've got more magnets over here. These are just shops I buy from. This is Gary Tunniclife, his Creature Effects, which is where I got Thingrazor, Mike FX. He molded these, but Gary Tunniclife painted them, so that's where I got those. Then of course, Terror Threads, Letties, and then this one, they sent me one of those pins that's up there. And that is the top shelf. I'll get into the middle shelf. Alright, up next is the Dark Knight's metal statues. And when I get to the Merciless, I'm going to have him better lit than this, but this is where he sits. He sits at my desk. Yeah, I'll get some better lighting on him when I get to him. But this is my other box lamp. Pretty dusty. You got the skull and the pull chain. So, and this is where I do all my videos. Alright. So, got these comic stands in the Red Bull. And of course I got the pops for everyone. But upcoming soon will be the Murder Machine. And hopefully the end of this year, early next year, the Devastator will be here. I will start with the Drowned. Oddly enough, this statue got me started on the whole line, so the pop. Definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know why, but she was the one that I saw that got me interested in this whole thing. Not the Batman Who Laughs, which was first. This is the Dawnbreaker. This one I actually picked up from Sick Mansion in Florida. The colors really pop on this one, personally. And of course, while we're here, all the art back here It's just variant covers from the Dark Knight's Metal books. At one point, I had Batman Damned right here, which is why I got the Batman Damned print. But next up, the Grim Knight, which I couldn't find this cover CGC, so I went ahead and just bought the cover I wanted. And the same people I get the stands from, I got the acrylic case from. Which this looks really good. I'm not a big CGC person. I wish I had gone this route with all of them. But, so this is the Grim Knight. And again, you're going to see all the pops somewhere with their statues. This to me was definitely the most difficult to put together so far. Guns for days. And it came with an alternate head sculpt, but I really like its face covering. This is a very, very evil version of Bruce. I'd rather just have his face covered. And then this signed Jason Fabok print came with the statue. This is one of my favorite Dark Knight covers by Jim Lee. Has all of them on it. Then we get into the original statue release, Batman Who Laughs. He's definitely the most popular. This right here is by Q Figs, same people that did that Bat Family. This one, I know everybody's probably seen this one. Really, really good. Really good, epic to see in person. And as much as you see on this thing, he was still more difficult to put together. Yeah. There's the pop. Three Crow Robins. And there's really no wrong way to put the chains, but I just like having them wrapped around both hands. But the good thing about them setting the chains, it lets you do it. Everything is customized how you want it. He's definitely one of the ones that's definitely never going anywhere. Highly sought after piece. I paid too much for in the aftermarket. And now we're getting my favorite of the Prime 1 metal statue so far. And that is the Red Death. This piece will always have sentimental value to me. As I bought it from a friend, fellow collector. And then the purple on that skull, and a lot of people didn't like, but if you look at the cover really closely, there some purple skulls. And that's what I like about these statues, is they're all pretty much direct representations of the covers that I have displayed next to them. And I ain't gonna lie, the bats, they are very difficult. And I take them out every time I move him and clean him. So they're very, very difficult. And a nuisance, for sure. so badass. This canvas I had custom made, and it's all of their covers, the metal logo. I custom made the picture, sent it off, and it was a custom canvas. And then up there, you got Flashpoint Pop and Death Metal with guitar, and then the Dark Knight's metal logo. Alright, the Merciless. This statue always means a lot to me too, because it's the first statue me and the wife unboxed together, and it's still the wife's favorite. Words, I know us as collectors hear it all the time, but this guy was shockingly just how big it was when I first opened him. Kind of makes me a little worried and that devastated when it gets here. It's going to overshadow this guy, and this guy is massive. And again, that's why I really like these pieces. That's because it's straight off the cover. Alright. Overview. One more time. Of all the metal pieces. At least 2 more to come. I just wanted to get you real quick a view. The bat signal does come on, but it's going to be too bright to film. So I'm just getting you that little shot going forward. I'll turn it off for the rest. Alright. Here we go. The Jazz Inc. bat signal. And what I didn't highlight over here is I have the BBS, Ben Affleck bat signal on it. But all of these other bat symbols come with it. I just made them magnetic, stuck them down here. Those big ones down there are a bitch, they fall off all the time. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But yeah, all of these bat signals are an option to put on this bat signal. I think this is pretty cool about Jazz Inc. I got the nightmare scene going on here with, according to Zack Snyder, this is the evil variant of Superman from the movie. Like I said, I got pops for days for everything. And then the nightmare of Batman. And this is the one that came in the 2-pack, the Hot Toys with the black suit soups. So this is 2.0 Nightmare Batman. Again, the pop. I would love for Hot Toys to do a Dark Side. I would buy it day one. This little guy is from the Flash movie. I have that Hot Toy on order. I plan on buying the Bat Barry Allen from the Flash movie Hot Toy, and Supergirl is also on order. So I got the pops all ready to go with those figures. Cyborg and Superman have kits, batteries. I mean, there's no batteries, they're all reactor kits that I have plugged into an outlet I control from my phone. But you got Cyborg and his pop. And I think this is definitely my favorite Justice League DC Hot Toy I have. I thought that one Ezra is going to be enough, but like I said, I think I'm going to get the second Barry Allen that's painted up in the bat suit. I think I'm going to get that Hot Toy. This is my favorite Snyder suit, tactical my favorite suit, and it's the one that came with the mother box. So it was a win-win for me. Of course, like always, they're all gonna have pops. Tactical. And it came with the human mother box. And the Justice League Wonder Woman came with the Amazon mother box. Then you got the black suit Superman. It came with the 2.0 Nightmare Batman. And it's the version of the movie I like the most, so the black suit is going to be the one that's over here with these guys. This Wonder Woman has kind of a mashup between two figures. As you can see, we got the pop. But it's the 1984 Wonder Woman Hot Toy Wonder Woman with the sculpted hair. But I have the shield and the sword with her from the Justice League version, as well as the same stand. So, I have the other one saved, put away. I'm going to give my daughter one day. But yeah, this version with sculpted hair, I'm not someone who likes to take care of hair with a hot toy, so I'm definitely sculpted hair. But then the Atlantean mother box comes with Aquaman, and again, pop. And I know the Aquaman movie has the same head sculpt with a better suit, but this is the Justice League suit, so this is the one I chose to go with. And then from Snyder Cut, I bought another Superman stand on eBay and a custom nameplate that I glued onto there. That's Martian Manhunter. And this was the best pop I could find because nobody's making one from the movie. Because this, as well, is an unlicensed figure. Mars Guardian. I can't remember who did it. Mars Guardian. So, Martian Manhunter, custom 1/6 to go with all these guys. And lastly, we got Jor-El and General Zod. Because I'm pretty sure the gun came with Jor-El, but I gave the gun to Zod because he's got the Codex? I can't remember if it's Codex or Index, and I just watched the movie. Yeah. These two, for older Hot Toys, the head sculpts are still next level, I think. I definitely waited a long time to get these two guys. And this pop is from the Flash movie, the one that came from BVS. No, Man of Steel. It's right there on the display. The one that came from that movie was so old and busted it didn't look right. This pop from the Flash movie looks a lot better. And we got General Zod. Just like I said, these two face sculpts pretty good. For older Hot Toys. And then as far as the art goes, that's another picture I found on the internet and had a custom canvas created. I'm not sure who made it eventually. The one I had at first didn't have that logo on it, but then I found this better looking one with that logo, so I got that one printed. This is a Hobby Lobby find, which is the Alex Ross, so it goes well with these guys. And then lastly, the Justice League movie poster that tried to kind of go by the same art style that this is. I got back there. I had the bigger 24-inch version, but it didn't have Superman. So this one is sized better for the collection, and it has Superman on it. One more brief look at all of them. Alright, so up next is the bottom shelf. This section has all my childhood, well, most of my childhood nostalgia. The Turtles. And if you know, you know. I'm not big into the anime, but the Guyver movies, some of my favorites as a kid growing up. And I do love DC as much as I love Hellraiser. As you can see here, the Snyder movies are definitely my favorites. We'll get into all this individually. Starting out down here, I never finished high school, but I was the only freshman that made it to Art 4. And this was one of the things I made in high school in art class. I'll never get rid of it. It needs to be cleaned, but it's my Slayer brick. Always keep that thing. Don't step on it, you will get cut up though. Alright, so getting into this side first. We got Tokar and Razor and the Super Shredder. These are my figures from Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. I tried to recreate that scene where they're first created and they're on the floor and they're hitting each other. But yeah, so we got them. You got Shredder back here in the first movie. And these are all Nikas. All these 7 inches, all these quarter scale. You got a Foot Clan guy back here. Moving on, got the Turtles, and these are all from the first movie, but I customized Raph's Sai with the pizza, because the second one's my favorite. So when I do that whole ninja pizza scene, I tried to recreate that. And then these little ones came in an accessory kit, and they also came with this thing for the nunchuck spinning. And the small turtles came in a pack, along with all the food, I believe. But, got the little babies I put next to like their grown-up selves. And then I'm in the HVAC field. I think it was by an outdoor unit, a condenser. I found this little skateboard, so I brought it home, and I got it on the Mikey. You got the pork rinds and chips. It's all from the first movie. Pretty cool. And Leo. He was the one for me that fell over the most. I bought stands, and as you can see, Foot Guy and Shredder are held up by stands. These guys, their shells are too big for the stands. So. And then these newspapers I got custom made off of a collector on Etsy years ago. Now, this is my favorite. He's always been my favorite turtle as a kid, Donatello. And this is the Corey Feldman face. So it's definitely from the first movie. Then moving on to the Guyvers. I am pretty sure this little guy is from the anime, but I don't care. That looks close enough. And I don't think I paid a lot for it on eBay. That's been over 5 years ago. Just like the Chatterer and Hellbound Heart, all 3 of these pieces were custom resin kits that Arkham Arts painted, assembled, custom made the bases. And these 2 are faced like this, or they're magnet bases click together and they be facing off. This is Sean from the Guyver movies as the Guyver, of course. And then from the second movie, this is Crane, Zoonoid Crane, Guyver hybrid. Which the first one is good, but the second movie is definitely better. thing. Pretty sure from the first movie, there is a Lisker-looking Guyver in the second movie. I'm pretty sure this one's from the first movie. Lisker. And the Zoinoid are the aliens, well, the humans that turn into monsters. And the Guyver technology is alien, and it's what they gave the humans to help fight the Zoinoids. That's the way I understand the story. And it's just incredible paint. This is one of my favorite painted pieces I've ever received, period. And it was custom from Arkham Arts. So getting into the shelf under the TV. Got Pennywise down here and Beetlejuice. This is a Mezco. And I couldn't get the balloon to stay in his hand. So I don't remember where I put it. I think my son got a hold of it. Yeah. The Mezco, and the Pop, and the Nika. Which he was on the top shelf, but kept toppling over. So I got him one of them stands as well. And then I believe I got this tombstone for Etsy as well. That's just some Michael's Halloween decoration. And you got Pops and Mezco. And the old Nika. And Beetlejuice. This is my wife's favorite little nook area. And this was a Christmas present I gave to her this past Christmas. She talked about it enough. And this is the Tweeterhead Catwoman. This pop is from the Flash movie. I went ahead and got it because I do have the Keaton from the Flash advanced suit hot toy on order too, so he will eventually move over to that. That's a Nika Batman. Custom light, again, Etsy, with the Nika Catwoman. Got the alternate portrait on her because it looks better. I know it has hair sticking out, but it actually was the more movie accurate portrait. She's also on a stand. And then I got her taser down here on this one. But yeah, this is incredible statue in person. Moving on to more of my childhood nostalgia. Got Ed 209, no cheap 12-inch Nico. And we got Gizmo dressed up like Rambo. And then this is the 12-inch smaller version of Draven and the Crow, also by Nika, and it's the rooftop scene at the end, which that thing has broken several times. It's glued back on. But the Crow was one of my favorite movies growing up. And then the movie I was probably shown way too early as a kid by my sister. Me and my sister used to watch Judge Dredd like all the time. It was crazy. But yeah, this thing is an unlicensed figure, but I mean the base is awesome. And for it being unlicensed, this thing is really, really good. I want to get the Carl Urban Dredd one day, the unlicensed figure, put with him. Because I mean they're both really good movies. Both of them suit their times. the Carl Urban is really good, but this one coming out for its time, I think still holds up and is a very, very good movie. Focus on that. This is one of my favorite figures, and it's never going anywhere. Very nostalgic for me. I love this thing. And then lastly, we got the video game shelf, which is just all toys except for this one statue. Alright, getting into it. We got 18-inch quarter scale NECA Master Chief from Halo 4. This is always going to be one of my favorite video games. The new one, very different. I haven't even finished it. But Halo 1 through 4 and Reach. There's some good stuff. Speaking of Reach, the Warthog is from Reach. Got Noble 6. And I can't remember his name. It's been too long. I want to say Emil. Yeah, I think that was his name. And then I got 2 hunters surrounding this little thing. It came with a pretty awesome version of the Reach game I bought. Came with this statue. The jackal is a little toy I put on there. But the only weird defect it came with is you see June's hand is missing on the sniper rifle. So I have the rifle, it's kind of glued in place. And it's the whole team from the Halo Reach. And another toy, you got an Elite on a Ghost. A couple of grunts. My other favorite game, series, I guess. I like all 4 Mass Effect games, but I do like the original 3 the best. This is Garrus from Mass Effect 3 by Gaming Heads. This was my first Polystone. The Pinhead was my second, and that's why I broke him. Wasn't used to how fragile they are. Back up top, just a bunch of toys. More Halo stuff. Halo Pop with Cortana, Chief and Cortana. I call these video games, I know they're from the Star Wars movie, but the video game is the reason I bought this pack. So, the video game is what got me into it. The movie is very good, especially for its time. That pod race has better CGI than a lot of the movies coming out now. But there's definitely the video game is why I bought these again. I had them all as a kid, so I had to go out and find them again. And this is from Skyrim. And then that's the Big Daddy from BioShock. If you didn't know, now you know I prefer Xbox. A couple of claptraps from Borderlands. And then this was custom. A cosplay girl I follow on Instagram custom painted this thing. And it is amazing in person. It's one of my favorite pops for sure. And another one of my favorite games was Portal. And this game from Portal 2. One of the turrets. And of course the chick you play in the game is all first person. The companion cube. The Ezio I got from the special edition of Assassin's Creed 2. And a couple more Mass Effect toys. Now, that's the shelf under the TV. And I know you see all these pops up here, and I have a ton. This is a really good idea I got from a customer. like I said, I'm in the HVAC field, so I saw the customer do this, but she had all of hers in the boxes still. I'm not a box pop collector. I open all of mine, but it was a cool idea. So I'm gonna go through all of them. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on the pops, but here we go. Alright, another Pennywise, Draven. Got my 2 Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The only 2 Star Wars things I have in the collection. Another video game, Knights of the Old Republic. Darth Revan is my favorite character. And then I went through kind of a Thanos phase when the movies came out. I had all the Hot Toys. So I had a pop for every Hot Toy. And then you got Grimace back there because of the reference in Infinity War. So when he came out, I had to get him. Go with my Thanos pop collection. This guy I can't wait to see in a movie. Beta Ray Bill. Then the Thors. Just all this Marvel stuff. I get my Marvel kicks now just through pops. I can't collect everything. But Blade's a good one. Ghost Rider's pretty cool. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is probably my favorite in the MCU. So I have way too many Guardians pops. I even got the T'Challa Star-Lord. I really enjoyed that episode. Seeing Thanos as a Ravager was pretty cool. Got both the Yondus. Yeah, all the Groots. And the Big Lebowski, one of my all-time favorite movies. Fury Road, Mad Max, love it. And I got the villains from Power Rangers, but all of my actual Power Ranger pops from the movies, which I loved the movie. I wish this movie got a sequel. I heard they're going to reboot it again. And then this is where I just stick all of my DC pops I don't have room for. I really enjoyed these characters in the Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn, the Aquaman pops, and of course Black Adam. I want to get the Black Adam hot toy, but it's on waitlist everywhere. And Aquaman, Dr. Fate. Yeah, I bought these 2 Wonder Womans before I saw the movie. Once I saw the movie, it was immediate regret. Probably the one Snyder-esque DC movie I do not like. So this is like my little catch-all shelf where I put pieces I don't have room for. It's a little Spawn, McFarlane, and Lord of Darkness. This is one of my drawings I drew, the Gator, Florida Gators. And my OTEP drawing I drew a very long time ago. And I'm going to show you the rest of my art. So I just want to go ahead and get you all of my art. I kind of turned all the lights off so there's no more reflections. But this is the metal band In Flames. This is the album art from Come Clarity. It's one of my favorite bands. My son is actually named after the singer. So I'll always have this, and it's actually signed by Derek Hess. So I love this thing. I eventually want to get this tattooed on my back because it's me and my wife's song. So yeah, I definitely want to get this tattooed on me one day. This is another Hobby Lobby find. Small little canvas of all the DC. Then over the bed, we got our kids' footprints. But Frankenstein is on my side of the bed. This is by Chuck Hody again. And then the Bride of Frankenstein, it's on her side of the bed. And that's also Chuck Hody. Then more Chuck Hody over here. We got Jack from The Shining, which I still need to watch. And Morton Joe from Fury Road. And over above the door, you got Lord of Darkness himself, Mr. Tim Curry. And these are all 3 by Chuck Hody. And the wife didn't want me to showcase her section too much because it's dusty and take too much to clean right now. But her other Chuck hoodies right here, this is all random store finds, artwork. But these two are both Chuck hoodie. And then you got her Nika, Captain Spaulding, her pop collection, Stark Crystal, Labyrinth. And this is the Frankenstein I got for her by Arkham Arts. And I'm not going into too much detail into it. I was going to throw all this away or give it away. She wanted me to keep it for her section. I don't want to get too close to it because, like I said, it's old. I haven't cleaned it in a while yet. But yeah, the Alien pops, Predator pops, and then the whole scene from Aliens. Yeah, that's over by the pops. Didn't want to go into too much detail for that, but I did want to include the artwork. And that is going to do it. I do want to give a special shout to the Kryptonian collectors and the Fortress of Solitude. Everybody who's going to take the time to watch this, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hope you guys enjoy this. And, yep. Thank you so much.